Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Chairman Barletta, ranking members DeFazio and Johnson for considering this bill, which has been passed unanimously here in our committee and in the House as part of the FEMA reauthorization bill, which unfortunately was not taken up by the Senate. And it's been an honor to work with Mr. Webster last year, Mr. Quabello, and this year Representative Mass, our new member from Florida. And Mr. Barletta and Mr. Johnson, thank you for explaining this well. For us in Florida, unfortunately, we know hurricanes. In 2000 and 2005, we had 5 of them, which tore through our state, leaving families stranded and property damage and ripping power lines. We had flooded streets, water systems were compromised, and our local governments did really a Herculean job cleaning the debris from the public ways and so forth, fixing the infrastructure. But here's what happens. When hurricanes ravage our cities, they also ravage our budgets. So I want to thank FEMA for finding assistance, for the funding assistance it provided Florida at a time of great stress and need. Now, as Mr. Barletta and Mr. Johnson explained, FEMA is asking some of our cities and counties to pay back money that we were given for projects that were approved more than 10 years ago. And here's the thing. There's no question that FEMA should be do responsible audits of its relief payments to make sure that money was used properly. But unless there is fraud, the process should not be an endless journey into the federal bureaucracy. Our local governments, unlike the federal government, have to balance their budgets. They can't afford to wait 5 or 10 years waiting for FEMA to do its assessment and then expect that they have to pay back millions of dollars. So simply said, the current practice unfairly stymies our local government's ability to plan for future budgets. And this legislation is going to make the process more balanced, and I urge my colleagues to support it. And I yield back.
I thank the gentlelady and thank you for your